Welcome to this time out with Marcus Ekure. Today we have another big name on set. We're talking about no other but the MD CEO of the Great Shiloh Beach and Resort, and also the president of African Child Foundation. Welcome to have you. It's good to have you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, today we want to look at a few things. You have done so much for yourself today, looking at what is happening in Shiloh Beach and Resort, and we are here to find out how it has been in business since you started this place. So, how has it been, sir?
Thank you very much for having me on the show. It's always a pleasure getting to talk to you, going by your wide followership and the persons you've impacted their life through this TV program. It's really encouraging, and I'm fascinated by the vast followership that you've attracted within the still period of operation. Stump up, and I want to see the very best. So, like in the tourism and hospitality business as it is, all over the world, COVID 19 came with so much challenges that distorted the equation of all businesses all over the world. And we in the hospitality business and tourism business, we are not isolated. We had our own fair share of the trying times, and some of the businesses all over the world, like are yet to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. But even now, be that as it may, we have a striving spirit, and we have to keep the business running. And like we always say, in showbiz, we always want to keep it running. So far, it has been so challenging, and with the world economic downturn, the high price of diesel is there, which is one of the area that is killing businesses all over. A lot of companies are packing from the country because of the high cost of diesel. Imagine running a few guests, you have to run all through the night to ensure that you give customer satisfaction, even as you tend to keep the price low in order to encourage patronage too. But so far, so good. We are still in business, and the driving force in all of this is our passion to make life beautiful. We just want to add value to the life of so many, and we are doing so without counting the cost. When we say not counting the cost, we try as much as possible this season to keep our workforce low, and we focus on the most essential services.
Okay.
You know, Focusing on essential services includes um, the hotel accommodation space that has to be needed and moderate.
Okay.
While we go for delicious and nice food at an affordable price, we also keep the price of drinks low because we know it's not just all about us. The customers are equally having a very tough time. And in order for us to keep life balanced,
Yes.
keeping life balance is key. We have to introduce happiness into their lives. A lot of people are committing suicide because of so many challenges. So we encourage people to come to the resort to have fun
That's
and
true.
remove themselves from stress. And in doing that, we have to keep the budget so low in order for them to have good life at a very low cost.
Oh, okay. Please, I don't really know your patronage. Does it cut across, or where do you get more of your patronage from? Is it from within the community or outside the community? For now.
For now, we have majorly large patronage from outside the community.
Okay.
Talking about Eco, for instance, we have a lot of our guests coming from Mori, Asaba, Ugeli, Benin, in Edo State, because they see the uniqueness in this property. This property is nature inclined. Our first point of call is to preserve nature
Okay.
and to take people from the busy cities and relate them with nature. that is where they get a lot of realization and they get transformed and have a lot of ideas to develop their companies and private endeavors when they live here. So here is more or less like a recreational
Center.
ground and an inspirational center. There's virtually nobody that comes here without having a renewed mind.
Wow, that's great. I
Yeah,
can see the
so
vegetation and the beauty of the place. The nature
yeah,
is actually nature at its peak.
nature at its peak.
Okay,
That is
now,
how it's
do you, if I may ask, a young man like you investing millions, into a project like this, instead of taking it to a place like the Lagos, Lekki area or the VI, or taking it to a place, busy cities like Warri, Port Harcourt to go and invest, build hotels. You brought it to a place like this, your community, a village, a rural setting like this. Do you have any regrets so far in taking that decision?
Yeah, so far I want to say like humans, sometimes we wish. But another point, you ask yourself, what was the motivating factor from the very beginning?
Okay.
Growing up in this rural setting, and I haven't traveled wide, I've always made up my mind that one day I will transform my community no matter the cost. So in setting up this business here, it's not even profit oriented in the first place. One, bringing happiness back home is the first thing. Bringing happiness to my people. Then the next point of call, how do you sustain this happiness in business? That is the core, keeping the business aspect, keeping it moderate and not over profit driven is our goal for the now. And gradually, while attracting a lot of attention all over the country and internationally.
Wow.
And a lot of people are beginning to show interest.
That's
And in business of such magnitude, you don't expect all the profit to come immediately.
I agree with
Like
you.
this is a generational investment.
Of course.
I don't intend to, in my lifetime, just reap all the dividend. No, there are generations that will come that will say, this man actually had a vision and want to run with it.
I agree with you.
So it's passing the baton.
It's transgenerational.
Transgenerational.
Yeah.
That is the problem with Africa.
Yeah.
When we run with the baton, we
Yes.
should know when to hand over the baton.
Oh, I love
And
that.
sometimes our great grandfather ran with the baton of poverty and hand over another baton of poverty to the next one, and that is how poverty has been transferred from generation to generation in Africa. But in my own time, I said no. We are going to transfer wealth and we are going to transfer creativity, innovation to our generation.
But don't you think that is actually a default or a defect on the part of some African parents? Because if you look at some foreign companies like the Beretta company where they produce guns, that company has survived for over 500 years, and it has been transformed from one generation to another. Don't you think it's a defect when it comes to the relationship between father and son, the way we groom our children, to take over and all that? Don't you think that's where the problem lies?
You see, an average African man
Yes.
is self-centered.
Okay.
When I say self-centered, and they think small, within self-sustaining, and that's why when they were involved in agriculture as a mainstay, they were into sustaining agriculture, subsistence agriculture.
Yes.
They were not looking at the bigger picture to sell far and wide.
Yes.
They were thinking of themselves and themselves. And in all their labor, they struggle so hard just to feed without having something to pull back to keep for the future. So you see their life, they're actually living for themselves and the immediate family. And when you see them at the old age, they retire practically having nothing, and their children have to take care of the responsibility of their younger one. And that is how it has been, you see. So directly or indirectly, the system within African families or transgenerational were programmed in such a way that we don't see beyond our nose.
Yes, and of course, talking about the children too, it's quite obvious that some of the children in Africa are not also interested in building enduring family business or taking over the family business. Don't you also see it from that perspective?
The
The disinterest on the
interest.
part of the children.
Yes, in most families, it has always been
Because you
like
see a
that.
situation, for instance, our father has been a mechanic, all right? A very fantastic auto mechanic, or perhaps let's take tailoring, and the man is known for suits in the whole of the community. That's what he used in training the children. Now, at the end of the day, the children, some of them are actually good. The father did all he could to train them on how to sew clothes. But at some point, they go to university and come back, they want to become medical doctors, they want to pursue their own life. Nobody wants to follow the father's line. Don't you think it's also a fault from the part of the children too?
You see, I've come to realize that it's always a catch there in your program.
Okay.
Like if I have opportunity to interact with my children when they are here, they are always thinking of what next to do and how can they improve on this place, what they want to contribute to this place.
So you mean they're already part of what is happening
from childhood.
Wow.
So from childhood, and for some of us, not by any mistake of ours, but we have already programmed our mind that these children, we're not going to expose them to European life of limitation, where they have to think of how just to pay mortgage and just to live a minimal life without having to contribute back to society. They have to be taught that maintaining family business is actually not because of personal interest, but the society.
Wow.
You have to impact your society. I'm from Eku, my children are from Eku. And by that, I've told them that the interest of this business, one, is to elevate the name of my community, to promote my community all over the world. A lot of people calling from everywhere. Where is Eku? Where is Eku? I'm not putting Eku.
Actually, Shiloh Beach has put Eku in the global map. I agree with you. Okay. Yeah.
So that is the call. We have to teach our children that they should look beyond selfishness.
Yes.
And think of the interest of this immediate environment, the society.
Okay, let's take 10 years from now. Looking at what you have done here, what do you hope for concerning Shiloh Beach 10 years from now?
10 years from now, Shiloh Beach is going to be more than just a resort.
Okay.
It's going to be a village.
Okay.
A village, a vacation village. We are opening opportunity for private investors to come, build private luxury apartments.
Please, can you be a bit audible so your audience can actually get
so we are opening up a business opportunity for private investors to come in to build luxury apartments for vacation seekers and travelers, tourists, to come and have a feel of the environment, whereby the property generates income for the owners of the property while they still keep their property in the village. There is a dream that is already taking different dimensions, and in 10 years' time, you will see the full manifestation.
Wow.
We're already looking at, in another 5 years from now, the first set of those apartments would have been in full-fledged operation. Because we have already started it.
Now, if I got you right, the apartment, you mean if somebody has so much money to throw, could actually come here, you allocate a plot of land to the person and
exactly.
Then what does it do? Is it a private apartment, or the person can rent it out or lease it out?
Yes, it's called a short-let village apartment.
Wow.
Whereby a couple, family seeking vacation, they will take the entire apartment. They will be we as Shiloh Beach Resort and Apartment Management will be managing the property on your behalf while we remit money back to you. So it's an investment that is a lot of business interests are already buying properties in Dubai for same purpose. But here, you keep your property here. You can come and see your investment from time to time, while you equally have it as where you come
and relax with your
family.
Wow, that's interesting. That's really novel.
We have already started the pilot editions.
Wow.
But do you have
selling
very fast.
Do you have the availability of land? Do you have land?
massive.
Wow.
The Shiloh Valley Estate is a massive
I
5,700 hectares of
wow.
property,
Wow.
spanning the Igu community and
You
the
mean
Igu community.
along the coastal
The coastal,
way?
the water,
Wow.
the
River Itu.
river entry bank,
Yeah.
straight to the next village, Igu community. You will see it's already mapped out already.
Okay, let me bring you back to what is already trending on the social media right now. You know, it's everywhere. That is in the news that something is about happening here come this Sunday. What date is that?
Sunday 20th, Sunday 2nd.
Sunday 2nd.
That is
happening.
Sunday next tomorrow.
And
Yeah.
that you are bringing a major artist to town here. Yeah. So what's it all about? What's this concept all about?
For some time now, we've come to realize that a lot of our Delta musicians are doing so well all over the place. Talking about the person of Victor Eddie.
Okay.
And we contacted him, and he showed so much interest in coming back home to give back to the society.
Wow.
And we have program next tomorrow, that is Sunday, 2nd October,
Yes.
as the biggest event ever. It's going to be a carnival of a lifetime. You know, we are having guests coming from all over the state and outside Delta, across the Niger Delta, coming to witness the live performance of Victor Eji. You know, and I assure you it's going to be a marvelous event, because everything is on ground to ensure that the visitors and whoever is coming for the independent outing is going to have a swell time.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's we can't really wait for that. We can't really wait. So it's been an awesome time out with you today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for granting us audience. Yeah, this brings us to the end of one-on-one with Marcus Ikure today. It's been an awesome time. You agree with me, isn't it? Okay, so we can't wait to have you on the 2nd, which is this very Sunday. It's happening here live at the Shiloh Beach and Resort. Victor Eddie is coming live here. Yes. Don't miss it for anything. I'm still your friend, Marcus Ikure. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please kindly do so and encourage your friends to do so. And don't fail to keep sharing, saying bye for now.